So 50 Cent, man. And it's too early for this. You know what I mean? It's too early in the morning for this. It did happen yesterday. I seen it yesterday, but I'm doing it now. So like I said, it's too early for this nonsense. But 50, man. That's what, like I said before, man. I messed with 50 Cent. I was a huge 50 Cent fan. I still am a 50. There was a time you couldn't tell me that I wasn't the fifth member of G Unit. I was a diehard 50 fan. I think I was locked up when 50 first started blowing up. Then I got out, and I was just like, this is, you know what I'm saying? I just jumped right on the 50 Cent wave and everything like that. Supported 50 through the years, and still do support him. But like I said about the Diddy situation, there's times when 50 Cent just be doing too much, man. Too much unnecessary stuff. Because now, on Instagram, Kenneth Supreme's son, Supreme McGriff's son, Kenneth Supreme Jr. or whatever his name is, put a video up. He took a picture with Southwest T. He said he went to see Southwest T, which is Big Meech's brother from BMF. Went to see him and gave him a T-shirt or something like that. The T-shirt was Big Meech and his dad on the shirt. Whatever the case is, he went to see Southwest T. But 50 Cent is so bothered by that he's threatening to shut down the BMF show over that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, at what point does enough become enough? This is 50's thing. 50 is so obsessed with the book, 48 Laws of Power. Because you see he wrote his own book called The 50th Law of Power, co-wrote by Robert Greene, the author of 48 Laws of Power. And I ain't gonna lie, when 48 Laws of Power first came out, I think I read it like 20 years ago, 48 Laws of Power. It was a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was all into it. I think more because of the name of it, the title, so it made it seem more exotic and everything like that. But as I got older, I realized that the 48 Laws of Power book is not a good book for different reasons, a couple different reasons. For one, the landscape of power and the landscape of economy is not the same as it was back then. The same with the Art of War, you know what I'm saying? I read the Art of War. I just read that again recently. I read that years ago. And this is like a thing with dudes in jail. The Art of War, 48 Laws of Power. You read those books, but everybody's reading the same book. You know what I'm saying? The same couple books. In the 48 Laws of Power, one of the 48 Laws of Power is crush your enemy completely to get him out the way. And that's 50's, obviously, that's 50's obsessed with that law right there. The one where you crush your enemies all the way, leave no signs of them and stuff like that. But the 48 Laws of Power is for white men, really. You know what I'm saying? That's really who that's for. They can prevail with the 48 Laws of Power. You can get little ghetto victories with it. You can get little victories here and there with certain laws, certain aspects of the law, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff is not healthy. A lot of that stuff is not productive. The 48 Laws of Power, if you follow all them laws, at very least, it turns you into a shitty person. You know what I'm saying? A slime ball, because you're always out maneuvering, looking for a way. Because what the book tells you is that in the beginning of the book tells you that, if I remember correctly, I haven't read it in a long time, but it said everybody is seeking power in their own way. It says everybody's seeking power in their own way. But what it don't explain is that power is interpreted different by different people. So it's the same thing with love. Love means something different to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is something different. Love don't mean the same thing to everybody, and neither does power. So if you engage with a person who's not playing the same game of power as you are, you leave yourself open to a lot of vulnerability just being trapped inside of what this book be maneuvering or doing or thinking. You might overdo something, underdo something. Because like I said, that book is really made for white men. Coming from the ghetto, coming from the hood, being black, trying to come up and move up. That book is going to get you in trouble at some point along the line. Somewhere along the line, the 48 Laws of Power book is going to be your demise. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along the line. So him coming out saying what he said, like I said, hit the like button if you up in there. He gonna really to shut down the show because Supreme's son went to see Southwest T because Southwest T met up with Supreme's son. First of all, 50 stays on this thing too. Everybody who's his enemy has to be your enemy. You know what I'm saying? That's how all the stuff started in New York. A lot of people blame 50 really for the downfall of New York hip hop because when 50 came out and had the baton, had the torch, it caused a lot of division. You know what I'm saying? It caused way too much division because he was beefing with people based on their affiliation with people that he didn't mess with. And the world is just not like that, and like not in this world, especially not in this day and age. Maybe there was a time for that, but there's too many avenues for people to maneuver and come up and do different things for you to be an enemy. Every single person that is friends with your enemy. And I believe that's one of the 48 laws of power too. Who's a friend of your enemy is your enemy. But dude, you got to realize the world is bigger than that. You isolate a lot of people and alienate yourself from a lot of things when anybody who deals with somebody you don't like automatically has to become your enemy. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's more to the story with Southwest T behind the scenes that he's not saying. But if he's really going to say all that and then threaten to shut the show down just because he met with Supreme Jr., that's a whack, man. And especially when I'm not sure where they stand at, but allegedly the Southwest T allegedly got something to do with, or some let me just, I don't want to say it the wrong way, but something along the lines of something to do with the Jam Master J Def, or testifying against or something weird like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a proven fact, but it is alleged. A lot of people say there's like paperwork or something about it, if I'm not mistaken. So you're gonna deal with him through all that when he's a alleged whatever, maybe, I don't know, I think. But now you're gonna, just because he talked to Supreme's son, you're gonna just destroy the whole show. It just don't make sense to me, man. I just felt like it was something I had to just say because it's just 50 be going overboard sometimes too much, man. Sometimes you gotta fall back and just, you can't control the world. But the thing is, once you get into that kind of mind state, when a person gets so full of themselves, when they're at their top peak narcissistic mentality or top peak like ego is out of control, it's like everybody around you can see what's going on except you once you get into that mind state. When empires get to the point where everybody around them can see they're about to crumble except the person who's controlling the empire because their ego is so out of whack. And nobody around them wants to tell them the truth about certain stuff because they know they have to be yes men, and they're so used to being yes men and stuff like that. Sometimes the people that are closest to these type of people see what's coming, you know what I'm saying? They see what's about to happen, but they just are not accustomed to speaking up. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they're used to doing is just saying yes about anything. They're not going to tell this person who's in control or power at the moment, they're not going to tell them like, look, you need to fall back, or maybe you should rethink this, and maybe you shouldn't do that, because they're too scared to come with any opposition because they're worried about their position. Are they going to get fired? Are they going to get thrown away to the side and stuff like that? Because some of the stuff 50 be doing, if there's anybody around him that was able to tell him to chill out, I'm sure they would have, you know what I'm saying? But they go along with some of this stuff because it's like, you know what I mean? They're scared to speak up for themselves in their own position. So, I don't know, it just gets real weird, man. I mean, as far as BMF and all that stuff, man, I don't watch none of that stuff anyway. Not that it's like I'm against it, it's just that once The Wire came out, once I seen The Wire, like any of that kind of stuff after that for me really didn't do it. Like I did like certain web series and stuff like that, Respect Life, Money and Violence, Mayhem, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, Project Heat, the Terms. I was into those web series because it was regular people doing stuff like that, so it was interesting to me to watch that. But as far as like anything that comes on TV, BMF and all this power, it just don't do it for me. I'm not even saying like morally because of what they're doing. It's just not exciting for me. The Wire was too good to me for me to not, you know what I'm saying, to get into any more stuff like that. But And hit the like button. God damn, there's a couple people up in here. There's 80-something people in here, only 3 likes. Hit the goddamn like button. God damn it, god damn. Hit the like button. But yeah, 50 is just, and that's why the show was called Power. He's too obsessed with the 48 laws of power, man. And I feel like eventually it's going to lead him to his demise. I definitely think that. This goddamn pollen out here got me clearing my throat over and over. I do definitely feel like 50's, and when his demise comes, man, it's going to be, I'll say if his demise comes, I don't wish it on him, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what, I don't want him to be caught up, but if and when his demise comes, all those people that he's seen on the way up, he's going to have to see all them people on the way back down, and there ain't going to be no love and comfort and support for him, because he done did a lot of stuff to a lot of people, man. Alienated a lot of people, did a lot of, even just on some Twitter, you know what I'm saying, Instagram type stuff, coming at people for stupid stuff. He gotta make sure he never falls off, man, because if he does, it's gonna be rough for him, because he pushed a lot of people on his way up. And like they say, as the saying goes, the people you see on the way up is the people you're gonna see on your way back down. Because 50 been lucky the whole time since he came out. He pretty much came out, he blew up, and he had a steady streak of blowing up. Because even when his music slowed down, he was able to maneuver over the TV into the movies and stuff like that. He did have a hiccup years ago where they froze his bank account. I think it was some kind of judgment or something he didn't pay, so it was something. But at some point, man, this stuff blows up in your face. And plus, you got to know who he's connected to, Jimmy Iovine and all them type of people. So if they ever get to the point, and there was a time, I think, when he did piss Jimmy Iovine off, and it was like a little fracas for a second or something weird. But if they ever pull the plug on 50, man, he's gonna be feeling it. Ain't gonna be no helping hands. Ain't gonna be no well wishes or waiting. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be rough for him if he ever falls off. So he better make sure he stays on top. But that's about it, man. Because some stuff is just ridiculous. So you got to learn how to get past certain stuff. Even with the job rule stuff, he'll still come out and do certain stuff. It's like, and then I do also understand this is the other part to all this stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes there be death behind the scene, murders and stuff like that we don't really know about, or that we hear about, but we don't really be knowing the details of, like Maserati Fox and people like that. And so it's like, even with Jam Master Jay, like, we don't know the truth, the real truth, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes a lot of this stuff, I guess, can be bred out of real stuff happening behind the scenes of why you might go after certain people, you know what I'm saying? People that get killed that we don't even know about, like just the people that are around and hang around type people, the entourage and just the crew members and stuff like that. So I guess that could cause people to do certain stuff to keep going at people, but of course not just coming out and saying that that's what it's for, but that definitely could motivate people to act certain ways. But you also got to pay attention to how you look when you do certain stuff in the public, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man, but I just think that was kind of whack if you're going to actually cancel the BMF show, because I don't watch it, but a lot of people like that show. On all over the internet, you see posts about it all the time, every day, you know what I mean? So to threaten to shut it down because Southwest T said chill with McGriff's son, that's just. And then to say that, and now of course Southwest, because he talk about a major family, millions of dollars, and I would think you would be appreciative and this and that, and Lil Meech is making more money than you, and I guess you're mad because Lil Meech is making more. You're just doing too much, man. It's going to come back to bite him. He's doing too much. But that's about it. That's all I got to say about that. Hit the like button. And stop following that goddamn 48 Laws of Power, man. If you read that book, there are some gems in there. There is some good stuff in there you can take out of it and walk with and hold on to that could help you maneuver and prevail. But if you follow that book to a T, thinking that book is the end-all, be-all, you're going to end up in a bad situation, because that book will have you out here doing shit that you ain't got no business doing, creating enemies that you don't need to be creating, and going out of your way to do stuff that ain't really that necessary, because this is a different time period we live in. It's a different world we live in now, you know what I mean? So that's about it with that. And dude walking across the street right in front of a car, he just didn't even look. Can't see he's in my rear view. Look like he had a bad day. But yeah, that's about it, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hit the goddamn like button before you get up out of here.